Hello students, this is the another video of the chapter Natural Resources of class 9th Biology, and here in this video we are going to discuss the topic air and the subtopics related to it. So here we will be talking about sea breeze and land breeze. Sea breeze and land breeze. As you know, the meaning of breeze is gentle wind. Gentle wind is known as breeze. Okay, so sea breeze means when the air blows from sea to land. From sea to land. Okay, that is called sea breeze. And it happens during the day. It happens during the daytime. Okay, and land breeze means the breeze that moves, that blows from land to sea, and it occurs during the night. Okay, so what I said, sea breeze is the breeze that blows from the sea to land during the daytiming, and land breeze is the breeze that moves, that blows from land to the sea during the night time. Okay, so it occurs at the coastal areas where the sea beaches are there and there is land and sea beaches. Now what happens actually, let's see. So here in this diagram you can understand what happens here. So let's consider it is the daytime. This is the daytime. Sun is present in the sky, and what will happen, the rays from the sun will fall over the sea surface as well as on the land surface, and this rays of the sun will heat up the surface of the sea as well as the surface of land, but the rate of getting heated is different. Means the land will get heated very fastly than the sea surface. During the day, what is going on, the heat rays are falling on the surface of the sea as well as on the surface of the land, but the land is getting heater very quickly in comparison to the sea. So what will happen, the land will become hot and the sea surface will remain cooler than the land surface. So what will happen here, because the land will become hot, the surface of the land will become hot, then the heat will start to reflect back into the air, and while reflecting back into the air, what will happen, the molecules of air, the air which is present here, they will start to get heated, and after getting heated, what will happen, they will become warm and they will start to rise up. The air which is present on the surface of the land, they will become hot, they will become warm, and they will start to moving up. As they will move up, then what will happen, the land area will have low pressure area, because the air has moved upwards. So because of this, the on the land there will become a low pressure area, and at the same time on the surface of the sea, what is going on here, the surface of the sea is cooler than the land surface, so the air will be cooler and they will remain here, and here will be the high pressure area. So because of this, the pressure difference will be created and the air will start to rush from high pressure area to low pressure area. It will start to move from sea to land, and this is called sea breeze. when during the day, because of the pressure difference, the air present above the sea surface, that start to move toward the low surface area, low pressure area, that is land, and this is called as sea breeze. And just opposite to the sea breeze happens during the night. During the night, what occurs here, what happens here, when the sun is absent, when there is no sunlight and heat of the sun, then what will happen, the sea surface and the land surface will start become cooler. It will start become cools, and while being cooled down, what will happen, the land will cool down very quickly than the sea surface. So because the land will cool down very quickly, so there will be more air, cooler air will be there, cool air will be there, molecules of air will be present on the surface of the land. And as I said, the surface of the sea will become hot in comparison to the land. So here the molecule of the air will become warm and they will start to rising up. So because of that, the low pressure area will build up over the surface of the sea in comparison to the land surface. So here will be high pressure area. So there will be a pressure difference. So what will happen, because of the pressure difference, the air from the land will start to rush towards the sea to equalize the pressure, and this movement of air from high pressure area from the land to the sea is called as land breeze. When the breeze starts to move from land to the sea during the night, this is called as land breeze. So this is about the sea breeze and land breeze. Now we will talk about the cloud formation and rain. Cloud formation and rain. As you know, there is a cycle that continuously goes on in our environment to maintain the amount of water on the earth, and that is called as hydrological cycle, or it is called as water cycle. So in this water cycle, what will happen, the water, it becomes warm because of the heat of the sun. The water will become warm, and because of being warm, it rises up into the sky, and while going up, when it reaches up to enough height, then it starts to cool down. The air starts to cool down, it starts to become expand. And what will happen here, the water vapor that has been formed by the heating of the water, it will start to cool down. And that is called as condensation. And by cooling down, they will form cloud, and the water vapor start to condense on some dust particles, and they make clouds. And when these water droplets in the cloud become heavier, then it start to fall down on the surface of the earth. That is called as raining. So the water that goes up in the form of water vapor and it becomes cloud, then again it comes down on the surface of the earth. So that's how the balance of water is maintained on the surface of the earth. Now we will talk about the functions of air. The air in the troposphere has a relatively constant composition of gases such as nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide and water vapor. Some of the important functions of air are: air plays a very important role in making the environment of the earth. So we will talk about the functions of the air, okay, how it is very important. So the first function is respiration. As you know, the air contains different kind of gases. Air is the mixture of gases. So this gas oxygen is very important, and that is utilized by the organism in the process of respiration to liberate chemical energy from the oxidation of the food. Oxygen is utilized by the organism to burn the food, to oxidize the food to get energy. A healthy human being requires about 250 kg of air per day to function properly. A healthy human being needs 250 kg of air every day for functioning properly. Now, second function is growth of plants. Okay, growth of plants. Atmospheric air provides carbon dioxide to the plants for manufacturing of the food. As you know, the food made by the plants by the process of photosynthesis requires carbon dioxide. So this carbon dioxide is obtained from the air. And atmospheric nitrogen is directly used by some nitrogen fixing bacteria present in the root of some plants, and plants also use air trapped between the soil particles for respiration. So atmospheric nitrogen also very important for the plants, so that they can make the biomolecules like protein. Now plants also respire, so they also need oxygen. So oxygen and carbon dioxide gas is very important for the living organisms. Now aquatic organism. Organisms used the oxygen dissolved in water. Those organisms which live in the water, they also perform respiration, and for the respiration they take the dissolved oxygen. So here oxygen also very important. Stoppage of ultraviolet radiation. Ozone gas is present in the atmosphere, and that ozone gas make a layer that is called as ozone layer in the atmosphere, which act as a shield and protects the living organism from the harmful effects of ultraviolet radiation. As you know, it is very famous and very well known that ozone layer is a protective layer which protects the earth from ultraviolet radiation of the sun, and this ozone layer is made up of the ozone gas, O3 gas. So this gas is present in our air, so that's how the air also play a very important role here also. Now regulation of temperature. Air at our atmosphere regulate the temperature of the earth. Atmospheric air regulates the temperature of the earth and keeps it as a level at which life could be sustained. It maintains the temperature of the earth so that the life can be able to sustain, can be able to present on the earth. If there will be no air, the temperature would either have been too low or too high, making the existence of life on earth impossible. If there will be no atmosphere around the earth, then the temperature of the earth, either it will become too low or it will become too high. And as you know, in very low temperature and in very high temperature, life cannot exist. So the atmosphere makes the earth sustainable, habitable. Air, being a bad conductor of heat, prevents sudden increase of temperature during the day and abrupt fall in temperature at night by slowing down the escape of heat to the outer surface. because the the atmosphere around the earth is insulator, sorry it is sorry it is insulator, it is bad conductor of the heat. So during the day, the whatever the heat that falls on the surface of the earth, it cannot moves very quickly during the night. So in the absence of the sun, our earth maintains our temperature, and during the day, because it is bad conductor, so it doesn't let the heat enters on the surface of the earth in much amount. So it maintains the temperature during the day as well as during the night. Next is natural cycles. The presence of nitrogen, oxygen and carbon dioxide in air is of great importance because these gases keep on cycling in nature between organism and atmosphere through various cycles such as nitrogen cycle, carbon cycle, making life compatible. In our air, in our atmosphere, there are lots of cycles like nitrogen cycle, carbon cycle and different kind of cycles. They are keep continuously occurring, so that the important matters are being balanced. The availability of these substances can be maintained by these cycles. Okay, so the nitrogen, the carbon that are present in the air, that maintains the availability of the substances on the earth for the organism. Now protection from meteors. Protection from the meteors. So what are meteors? Meteors are the tiny particles that come from the space, that enters into the atmosphere from the space. So a large number of meteors from the outer space enter into the atmosphere, which burn out due to the friction with air. Had there been no air in the atmosphere, meteors would have vastly devastated the living beings. Okay. Lots of a large number of meteors. Okay, this is earth, this is the atmosphere and this is the outer space. So a large number of meteors, they fall into the atmosphere, but when they enters into the atmosphere, due to the friction, they they burn out, and because of burning they cannot fall on the surface of the earth. And if there will be no atmosphere, the meteors would fall on the surface of the earth, and they will cause damage to the living beings. So the atmosphere protect us from the meteors, from the falling of the meteors. Next is medium of communication. Sound needs a medium to travel from one place to another. Air provides that medium to sound to travel, and we are therefore able to make normal conversation. As you know, in a space, there is no sound, you cannot hear the sound in a space. Why? Because there is no medium, there is no air. But on earth we have air, and the air becomes a medium for the sound to travel, so that we can listen the sound. And if there will be no air on the earth, then we will not be able to hear any sound. So air also play a very important role in the communication, in the transfer of sound. So these are the main functions of the air. So the air has lots of function, and all these functions are very very important for the living organisms to survive. Like respiration is the vital function for the organism, and here oxygen is very very important. Okay, and next, growth of plants can be obtained by the food, and that food is made by the photosynthesis, and in photosynthesis carbon dioxide is necessary. So likewise, there are lots of functions of the air, and these all functions are very very necessary for the survival. So these are the main functions, and this is all about for this video. In the next video we will talk about the air pollution. Till then, thank you.